really just a few months removed from the Cleveland Cavaliers winning an NBA title, fans here in Cleveland are ready for more hardware in this city. And this time they're looking for the Indians to take home their first World Series since 1948. And of course, the road to that will all begin here in Cleveland tonight as the Indians take on the Boston Red Sox in Game 1 of the American League Division Series. As you can see behind me, the Indians are actually taking batting practice as we speak. Now, when retracing the steps of Cleveland sports history, we all know the drill. There's the shot, the drive, the fumble, the decision, and now let's call this the year. The Cleveland Cavaliers won their first NBA title. Now, the Cleveland Indians are back in the World Series for the first time since 1997. Good evening, Evan, from the Windy City. You know, coming into Chicago, this series was all locked up at a game apiece, but ever since then, it's been all about the Cleveland Indians. The team that was pegged the underdogs the entire postseason is now on the brink of winning their third World Series title in franchise history. You know, and these players for the Indians, they give all the credit in the world to manager Terry Francona. They say he is a player-friendly manager, and they say he's definitely kept them going throughout the whole entire season. He is 10-1 as a manager in the World Series. He has 2 titles with the Boston Red Sox, hoping to get one with the Indians here tonight. Reporting at Wrigley Field, Kayla Anderson, 10 TV Sports.
She's at Wrigley Field. Kayla.
Hey there, Don. Well, yeah, live from Chicago. You know, it has been quite the ride for the Cleveland Indians in the month of October. And really, they have dominated in the postseason, only dropping 3 games. Now they're ready to put it into park and win their first World Series title in 68 years. Well, I'm back here at Wrigley Field, and Trevor Bauer did say that that pinky that he hurt in that drone accident a few weeks ago is completely healed. So he says he is good to go. And hey, if he isn't, there is plenty of guys in the bullpen, including Danny Salazar, that can go out here and finish it up for the Indians. For now at Wrigley Field, Kayla Anderson, 10 TV Sports.
Kayla Anderson live at Progressive Field with more on Game 2 of the World Series. Kayla.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. It was a chilly night here in Cleveland, and the Indians just couldn't find a way to heat things up. Call it a reverse of scripts if you'd like, but pretty much the Cubs came in here tonight and did what the Indians did last night. Now, Trevor Bauer, as you mentioned in those highlights, just wasn't able to command his pitches tonight and left after 3 2/3 innings, allowing 2 earned runs. Meanwhile, Cubs pitcher Jake Arrieta was in the zone, throwing a no-hitter until Jason Kipnis broke it up in the 6th inning. The Indians found themselves playing catch-up and ran out of time. And back here live at Progressive Field, and you can see all those rowdy Chicago fans. They're excited because right now this series is tied at 1 game apiece, and of course both teams will have a day off to travel, and then Game 3 is set to go in Chicago. Josh Tomlin getting the start for the Indians. For now at Progressive Field, Kayla Anderson, 10 TV Sports. That is right, Don. Well, the Cleveland Indians come into this Game 6 with that 3-2 advantage. And even though they took 2 out of 3 in Chicago, they're still feeling doubted when it comes to winning their first World Series title since 1948. And that was Josh Tomlin that you just heard from. He will be getting the start on the mound tonight for the Indians. Now, this is his first time since 2010, his rookie year, that he will be going on 3 days rest. So we'll see how it goes. But you know the Indians have that bullpen that they've relied on in this entire postseason. Jerry, it certainly is. Good evening from Progressive Field. You know, the Indians are ready to make Cleveland rock tonight. That's because with a win against the Cubs here in Game 6, well, they can win their first World Series title in 68 years. Well, the Indians, they have 2 cracks at it, though. That is the good news. Well, you know, Terry Francona is just like all of us. He gets nervous. Before Game 5, he got up in the middle of the night, ordered $44 worth of ice cream, but hopefully now that he's back home, he's sleeping in his own bed, and things are a little better. Hoping for that win tonight, you guys. Live at Progressive Field, Kayla Anderson, 10 TV Sports.